We're going to start installing the oil pressure controls and oil safety controls into our engine block. There are two technical service bulletins that relate to the oil pressure control systems. Originally, in the early engines from 67 through to 75, both the oil pressure and oil safety springs use the same spring and the same piston. Now, in 1975, when Porsche started doing the oil bypass modification, they changed the pressure control pistons from having a hole drilled into it into this style. If you use this style piston in a case that it has had the oil pressure mod done, you will have no oil pressure. It is best to just take this piston and discard it and do not use it in any engines. All pistons should look like this. In 1978, Porsche also changed the pressure control side of the equation. They went to a different spring with a different guide. The plug changed from a round plug with a slot to a hex plug. They also changed the depth internally on the plug, which changes the pressure. And of course, you are going to use the same piston as we just spoke about. It's important to remember when rebuilding these engines not to mix and match the wrong components together. If we use the new style spring and guide rod with the old style plug, it will result in considerably low oil pressure due to the old plug not having the 3.5 millimeter step. So we're going to start with installing our safety valve. The first thing I want to do is take my valve on a magnet, and I just want to verify again that it moves freely. It should go all the way to the bottom and seat, and it should come out freely. To install it, I'm going to place a little bit of oil on the valve just to lubricate it. Go ahead and drop the valve in. I'm going to take our spring, which is going to go in next. Then I've got our copper sealing ring on our safety valve plug. This is going to be under fairly substantial spring pressure. You can see by how much it's sitting up. So we're going to have to push it down to get it started while keeping the threads straight. Once I've screwed it down till it contacts the copper sealing ring, I'm going to take my torque wrench and we're going to torque this one to 42 Newton meters. I'm going to roll the engine over so I can install my oil pressure control valve. Just going to lay chains over. So our oil pressure control valve is going to be right in here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to check my valve. Should slide freely up and down. I'm going to lubricate it. Go ahead and drop it in. We're going to take our updated spring and guide rod. The spring goes in with the guide rod sitting on top. And we're going to take our plug and copper sealing washer. Same thing, this is going to be under spring pressure. So we need to push it down to get it started. and I'm going to torque this as well to 42 Newton meters. We're going to go ahead and install our oil return adapter into the engine case. This is the adapter that has either the oil hose or a hard pipe attached to it and returns oil back to the oil tank. I'm going to use an aluminum sealing washer to seal against the crankcase. I'm also going to use some blue Loctite. This is because if we ever need to unscrew the oil return line, we want to be able to just unscrew the line and not have the adapter come out of the engine case. This is also a Porsche approved method. Just going to go ahead and torque this down, and this is going to torque at 50 Newton meters.